All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday to everyone. This is our 77th episode of the Geekly Goods Roundup. We talk all the latest in film news and TV. As of right now, I am hosting the show. I'm Loretto. Leo will be with us shortly, Mr. Geekly Goods himself. We've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, lots of spooky stuff. It is spooky season. Beetlejuice is on top of the box office, and we have a new director for Spider-Man 4. Stay tuned later in the broadcast, but let's bring our other co-host on. Good evening, Ile.
Hi, Lo. How you doing?
Oh, I'm kind of salty. My Niners lost, but nobody wants to
Oh,
hear about that. So
oh well.
it's
I
you
know
know,
what Niners are for sure.
I'd rather take the L's now and learn from it and then get better later. But
That
it's all good.
that is a very
Uh,
positive outlook on life.
but how we doing in PR, Eli?
We're doing pretty good. It's been really hot today. We actually had like a record-breaking like day-long heat wave for some reason. So it's just been spicy here in the tropics. But you know
Sorry
what?
to hear that.
It's better that than a hurricane. It's
Yeah,
nice
no,
and
for
sunny
sure,
at the
for
very
sure.
least.
And Cali's kind of cooling down, thank goodness. So
Good. It is the
I can
season.
keep my door closed because usually I've been having it open because it was so hot. So
Yeah. It's crazy. But
uh,
hopefully,
we,
I like rainy season here because, it's my version of sweater weather. I can at least
nice.
wear, a little long sleeve moments. It's a little more cool, it's a little more fresh, and I get nice and cozy, and I really just love the season.
Put your hands in the holes of my sweater.
Exactly.
I love that song. What's up to Braylon? This is Leo's cousin. Your cousin Braylon will be with us shortly. He had to run a quick errand. But without
Sir.
further ado, we do have a lot to talk about. Let's kick it off with I just realized my hair is not herring right now.
Oh my god! It happened to me, and
I
now it's
like
happening to
turned
you.
I turned to
It's
the head. I was like,
hilarious.
ah.
It's like it follows, but it's just, a little cowlick.
It is what it is. I was wearing a hat earlier. It's partially hat hair. But
The sacrifices we make
anyways,
for the
I
flow.
I had an uneventful week. I've been binging Only Murders in the Building, which is a fantastic show, by the way. Watch it on Hulu if you haven't. I'm trying to catch up and get caught up with the new season. It was Friday the 13th. I rewatched the remake from
Yes.
2009, and I didn't like it as much as I remember because I
Is
remember
that
I
the
liked it
one
the
with
first.
Danielle Panabaker in it?
Yeah,
So
and she's
specific.
awesome.
So
She's
specific.
so she's adorable, but like I
She
just
is.
realized like they had no backstory for her, and it's like she almost
She's the
became the
final
final
girl, right?
girl.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, 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 yeah.
they kind of surprised us and switched. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like
It
it.
was weird.
I,
I remember
w-
seeing it, like, when it came out, but I was also, like, really young at that moment, and I was like, I don't
y-
I don't
you
fucking
know,
like it."
I would have cared more if they developed her character, but they didn't. But
Well,
anyways, long
oh
story
well.
short, it wasn't as good as I remember. I definitely it's the same director as Texas Chainsaw, and I actually liked the 2003 Texas Chainsaw, but sometimes you do the copy paste thing and it doesn't always work. I did like how Jason was kind of clever. He was like a hunter slash woodsman in this one. Like he had like traps and tools and stuff like that. That was kind of
It's
cool.
fun.
But other than
Yeah.
that, mostly a miss. So,
Sad. Oh, well. But you
but
know what? You committed to the bit.
yeah, no, it was Friday the 13th. I figured I only had time to watch one, and I've
Sure.
seen the other ones countless times, especially the ones that I like. So I was like, let me give
Yeah.
the remake a shot. So
And you did, and now you know better.
yeah, no, it's funny because I remember when in theaters I liked a lot better, but I think in theaters the loud jump scares worked better.
Right. No, yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah,
something that I think the movie theater going experience benefits from. That's why
absolutely.
like there are it's so hard for like certain movies to like I don't know, play as well as they do at home as they do in a theater, though I obviously am like, and 100%. This is a house where we go to the movies to experience things as they were intended. But it really goes to show how well something is crafted when you enjoy it just as much. And it is as impactful when you see it at home. That's kind of how I feel about feel with Nope, actually. Like, the sound design
Nice.
with Nope is, like, so good that I could even watch it,
Yeah.
like, I literally sat down at my desk on my computer and just watched it on, like, my monitor with headset on. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna watch Nope."
I love that you say that because it truly is a thing where you have an experience in the theater, but then to have it at home, that
Yeah.
shows the quality of the cinema, like, that
Quality,
it carries over.
craftsmanship. It
So
really
and for
does. And
example,
speaking
like,
of
cheap
quality,
yeah. Yeah, like,
yeah.
cheap jump scares don't come home,
They
so
don't translate well. They don't translate well, and I think that's something that I kind of felt with, Speak No Evil. I was able to catch Speak No Evil this weekend.
Oh,
I saw it
good
Thursday night at the
transition. You're a
theater. Yeah,
professional.
see, we're sharp today. And Speak No Evil is more thriller than horror, I would like to think, and the few jump scares it has, even in the theater, doesn't really hit that hard. I think what's most compelling about that movie is actually the characters. So that one was kind of I think, a relatively pleasant surprise for me. I actually was really into it in the sense of a character study with James McAvoy's, like, kind of typical toxic masculinity figure.
Yeah.
Just a big old
But
baddie.
it's not like Split Part 2, right? Because I never saw the
No, 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 no.
either.
It's not as theatrical as that. No, good lord, no. But I really liked that the contrast we had with the protagonist, with, like, I guess the good guys, let's say, like, that the family, the very stereotypical,
What's with the quotations?
silly.
Are they not good
But
guys?
here's the thing, they're not likable people.
Oh,
Even the
okay.
protagonists have, like, there's
Like, flaws and
certain
yeah.
flaws that I'm like, I don't even like, I'm not even rooting for you to survive this.
Oh
Like,
my
it gets
goodness.
to that point to a certain, but it's actually done in an interesting way. I don't wanna spoil it, obviously, but
Sure.
I do like the commentary and to and fro that we have between that American privileged protagonist and, like, this English and Scottish, country, more underprivileged perspective. It was a really, really cool contrast.
Where
I just feel like it
it's
kinda dragged on a little bit. It's a little long, but
this
yeah.
looks so exotic. Where is it set?
It is set in England. It's set in the English countryside, actually. It starts in Italy.
Okay.
Like, the plot this is actually a remake, I found out recently, of a Danish film that I do wanna see because I've been told, obviously, the original is a lot better and it's a lot more, morbid. Because this one,
Yeah.
Speak of Evil, actually has a relatively happy ending, I'm not gonna lie. It has a relatively positive outcome, which I was surprised by. I really thought it was gonna be, like, super tragic, but I think it was so there were so many toxic elements throughout the whole film that they just decided to just kinda give us a win at the end, but, I don't wanna
I
get
was
into
gonna say,
spoilers.
I heard the original is very bleak. That's what I heard. So
Yes, so I do wanna see the original now, but like, despite it being an American remake, actually really entertaining, really interesting, and I found it uses comedy and horror in the right way, like, it's very intentional, like, yes, we know they're dumb, but, like, this is on purpose, like, this is, like, something you actually would see a real person being dumb about.
yeah.
It
So
feels
it's like it's a little bit tongue in cheek, but not so
Yeah, yeah,
outlandishly
yeah, yeah, yeah,
silly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of drags on. It's a 2-hour film, and I feel like those that build up to that final act where you actually get into the grit, into the violence, like the very obvious violence, then that kind of lagged on for me. That's what I was like, this could we could have gotten to the point a little quicker, but I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Not the scariest movie of the season for sure. I think, and I guess we could segue into Strange Darling, which I finally caught up to. Strange Darling was weird. Oh, freaky. Uh,
Very
I
very freaky. They
it's
she
very
said, "Can you match
freaky.
my freak?"
She's like, "Can
And
you?"
he was like, "I'll try."
Yeah, it was strange. I really, really liked what they tried to do. I really like that they were trying to be ambitious and make this, like, really cool stylistic film. I really, really liked that. But I don't know. It got to a point where I was like, why for some reason, I couldn't wrap my head around why do a nonlinear narrative. You feel me? Because it tells the chapters of the film out of order, right? But
Mhm.
when you put them in order, you kind of almost get you still get this very similar effect. You're still getting the same kind of reveals and build up. It's just, I found it at that moment. I was like, I think they're just trying to be wacky for the sake of being wacky, which is okay.
Honestly,
That's a valid.
no, well, I mean, if you do put it in order,
You think
there's a
the
couple
reveal
things that
would be
doesn't
more more
yeah, it
smooth?
doesn't play the same way, especially
Think so?
because of the title cards. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like,
that's
she's the
fair.
lady, Kyle Gallner's the devil, and there's all these
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah, yeah,
there,
that's true,
so
that is true. If you
but,
go off
let's
go
not get
by
into
the
spoiler
titles.
territory,
Yeah, that is a little spoilery, but yeah, it
um,
was just, it wasn't for me. I can
okay,
respect
so
it.
you didn't care for it that much.
No, I really didn't. I think what bugged me the most was at the end, it got kind of really on the nose with, like, its social commentary
Yeah.
and, like, you know, it being I don't wanna spoil it, but
No, you're good.
it gets, like, a little bit cringe with its, like, feminism, you feel me? Like, it's
Ah,
you fee
like,
those
it did it
comments
overpower? Did it
a
was it
little
too
bit.
much?
It was a
Like,
little cringe.
hoorah,
It was
hoorah?
like, we didn't really have to be so obvious with this. I don't know. There were certain things that I think, if let's say, like, a woman had directed or a woman were like her had written it, I feel like she would have given it a little bit more of a nuanced perspective in that sense. That's
Right.
how I feel about it. But in any case, it's still fun. It's still interesting. Wasn't for me, but I can
Yeah.
definitely see why, like, people are raving about it and
I
it's,
was gonna say,
really
were you
vibing with it.
entertained?
I was entertained. You know what? I had fun with it. I laughed more than anything. I
Yeah.
actually did. I found it
No,
very
no,
funny.
seriously, and I think it was intentional too, because there was a couple
For
moments too,
sure, because it's
and
absurd.
I was
It is very
cracking up,
absurd.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely, like, maybe, like, more in the future, maybe for Halloween, we could do, like, a little segment, talking about, like, our favorite recent maybe movies, for the season, and maybe dive
Yeah.
into a little spoilers discussion because there's things to dissect. There's
Oh,
things to
yeah.
kinda dig into there that
Oh,
I would,
yeah.
as
No
much as I don't vibe with the movie per se, I still would like to dig into why other people vibe with it. You feel me?
no, for sure, and I would love to dig in, but it's so hard, like you said, not
It is so
spoiling,
hard, and
but
it's still in theaters, and I still feel like you can get the most enjoyment out of it just going in blind, go to the theaters. I didn't even see the trailer. I went in blind.
that's good though, and I feel like that's the best way. But really
For
quick,
sure.
let's talk to the
Yes,
chat. Little
sir.
s'mores, making s'mores. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Gather around the
Uh,
campfire with little
it's our
s'mores.
boy Laser. Where is Leo? He will be back very soon, my friend.
He's on his way.
John, thank you for joining us. Yes, Willa Fitzgerald. Wow, like I mean,
Creepy.
I think if anything, my biggest takeaway from Strange Darling was Willa Fitzgerald. She was amazing, and I really, really liked
I think she was
all the
very
twists and turns we go through with her, and just from top to bottom, I really liked her performance. I thought she nailed it, and her eyes, her voice,
it's the
everything about
physique.
her performance.
It was her physical performance more than
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, no, seriously,
It
her
was
mannerisms,
very,
like,
very interesting. I think her and
I
Micah
loved it.
Monroe are, like, neck and neck with, like, the it girl of the genre
Yes,
this year, for sure.
yes,
Very
because
different
I love,
performances, wildly different, but
yeah,
they're
totally apples and oranges, but they're both amazing. Micah in
they're
Long
very good.
Legs, Willa in Strange Darling. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so how about speak really quick? Let's go back to Speak No Evil. Would you
Yeah.
recommend that film? Like, okay,
Oh my
like,
god, yeah. Like, I think it depends on what your expectations are. If you're really into something more bleak and more dark and more horror, maybe not for you. Maybe you'll find it tame. I found it pretty tame in that sense, but still really fun. I actually saw it with, like, a relatively full theater. It was a smaller theater, of course, but people enjoyed it. People were, hooting and hollering. That's what I'll say. They really
you know what's
were.
you know what's the funniest thing about Speak No Evil is
Yeah.
that like I always sometimes I forget the chasm that we are in when we are on Twitter and it's film
True.
Twitter, and the things people say, like, people were so sick of seeing the Speak No Evil trailer, but it's like you go out into the real
Right.
world and people don't give a shit. Like,
I don't think I ever really saw the Speak No Evil trailer.
well, okay, look, I'm
I
gonna be
really have
honest.
I went in, I had no recollection of that
As
trailer.
so
Who
look,
knows?
as someone that has A-list, and yes, I did go to the movies quite often. I'll be honest, I
Mhm.
saw that trailer every single time.
Damn, they have
So
money. They have money to
yeah.
freaking burn.
So I don't know if they had a contract with AMC or Cinemark because literally it didn't matter what theater I was in.
Could
I
be.
always saw the trailer, and I get it, film
Same.
Twitter. It was annoying, but I think the general world doesn't realize they're seeing it, or maybe they don't go to the movies as much as we do. But
Mhm. Could be. I think the one that I've seen more than Speak No Evil, and that one's like I'm kind of at this point like rolling my eyes at. What's the one with Halle Berry right now? That's coming out
oh, Never
soon.
Let Go, really? That just started
Yeah,
playing.
that one they've been playing that one a lot here, but then again, it's a different theater chain, of course. But
Yeah.
I've been seeing that trailer up and down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've had enough of this Bird Box knockoff.
I was gonna say I saw the trailer for that before Beetlejuice, but other than that, I haven't really seen too much of it. So
Yeah, that's strange. And I've been going to the movies like maybe not every week, but like a couple times a month for
you know what
minimum.
it is too? You just recently caught up like rapid fire.
That's true.
S-
That is
So
true.
it's like kind of a
I
little bit of
yeah,
recency bias there.
yeah. You know what? I'll give it to you there. I'll give it to you there, buddy. All
With
right. Oh
that being
wait.
said though, this is you're talking about Speak No Evil, and I'm surprised, yeah, some people showed out, which is something we can get into in our main segment of the show, which is
Ooh.
if you're new, if you're just joining us, this portion of the show is the box office pulse. So let's check it out. Beetlejuice holds strong at number one. Second weekend, $51.6 million. That is
Holy crap.
pretty friggin' good
That's a
in
good
a
chunk of
second weekend.
change.
And comparing to last weekend, which was over 100, this film is doing just fine. I think it's gonna have some legs going in October. Hell yeah, Tim Burton. Hell yeah, Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega, the wonderful cast. I can go on and on. I actually reassessed the film. I have a review on Letterboxd. You guys can follow me later at Marcellus Durden. I really liked Beetlejuice. Like the second time I saw it, it's just so much better for me. There's like the Bava elements, the little like brief little like got giallo moments we had where like Beetlejuice goes straight Italian. Like I'm vibing. I loved it. I know it's a little bit all over the place for some people, but all those things click for me. All the little quirks that Tim Burton has, the
That's very
claymation, the slasher stuff. Hell yes. Um Speak No Evil, like we were just talking about, debuts at number two with 11.6 mil.
bad.
Not
Not
too shabby for a
bad.
thriller slash horror movie around this time of year. I don't know what the budget is on Speak No Evil, but I'm sure it's not too
15. It was a
crazy.
$15 million budget.
There you
So
go. It almost made its
they're
money
almost
back in the
breaking
first
even.
weekend. Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
That is not bad at
Deadpool
all.
and Wolverine drops to number three with just 5.2
Oh,
mil.
measly.
Nothing to shout out over there.
Quentin.
Followed by Am I Racist? A film I'm not familiar with, as well as Reagan, a film that I am familiar with and I'm not gonna watch. Rounding out the top five.
Jesus
um, with that
Christ.
being said, I figured Beetlejuice would stay atop here. There's nothing really big coming out, but are you surprised with how well Speak No Evil performed?
I'm not really that surprised simply because 'tis a season. I think people are really craving the just kind of an overall spooky vibe at the theater. It's also, back to school. People, the kids aren't showing up to the theater as much because, they're in school. And yeah, I think this is just something people have been craving. And at least here in Puerto Rico, people love Halloween. And people love showing up to the movies for like a good spook. Even if everyone says, "Oh my god, it's a terrible movie, but boy did we have fun." It's that kind of spirit and energy
You
that they
like that
bring
energy
to the
for
theater.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's good.
it's not that Puerto Ricans are huge horror heads or anything, but there is this like subculture of where let's go have fun. Let's go have fun in the theater like it's a theme park ride, and get
Yeah.
scared and just make fun of each other for who gets scared the most. It's that kind of a vibe. So I'm not totally surprised by this, and I think, well, if everyone's seeing the trailer all the time, they might as well have let curiosity lead them to the theater at that point.
Laser saying Beetlejuice 2 has the juice. I agree. I thought it definitely had the
I'm
juice.
excited to catch it. I haven't been able to catch it because everyone in my life has been like, let's watch this, let's watch that. And I'm like, what? When am I going to see Beetlejuice?
I'm
But
so
I
sorry
will
no one will
hopefully
watch
catch it.
Beetlejuice.
It's okay.
Yeah, if I was out there, I'd watch with you, Elay.
I know.
Um,
I know.
the Watcher
I
says
might do a
hello.
solo outing, but it's okay.
Hello to the Watcher.
Hello, hello.
Laser's reminding us that Transformers is next week. We'll see how that fares. I think that whole boom with like Despicable Me and Inside Out has kind of died down a little. So a
Mhm.
fresh kid-friendly movie will be welcome in this time of year, and I think it should do okay. I heard a lot of good things, a lot of positive reviews from sources that I trust and voices that I look to. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Transformers guy, so I'm not really the target audience here, but I will watch it out of
That's
pure
cute.
curiosity.
I know that The Substance is dropping this weekend, and I'm very
Oh,
excited. Straight out of can,
yes.
huh?
I
Very,
love
very
Margaret
excited.
Qualley, and then
Margaret
we get the
Qualley,
return of Demi
Demi
Moore, who
Moore.
yeah,
Hello, body
she's been gone
heart.
for so long.
No,
You're gonna get your bacon this
the sexy
weekend.
bacon. I'm hoping it's scary bacon because Speaking of Evil was a little tame. Not enough evil in that one, but The Substance
So,
looks
is
nasty.
is is the substance supposed to be horror? I could not understand what we were supposed to see here.
It's
Like,
supposed to
is
be
it
like The
supposed to be a horror
Fly.
movie?
It's the body
Okay,
horror. Yeah, 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 yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
I have a friend who saw it at Cannes, and he's literally gonna see it again with me, like, this weekend.
okay.
So, I'm hype. I'm really
Hello,
hype.
Fanimator. He saw Transformers already, early screening, and it's fantastic. Good to hear.
Ooh. Yeah,
Um,
I've heard some pretty good things. This one of the screenings was held here in Puerto Rico, I think yesterday. And I saw a lot of really like, wow, this is the best Transformers like media period or something like that. So a lot
ooh,
of people that are Transformers fans really, really enjoyed it.
well, that's good to hear. Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the original Transformers, the movie from the
I
80s.
don't really,
Oh,
I'm not writing at dawn for Transformers movies, but it's okay.
you've got the
To
touch.
each
You've got the power. I was just
I
like,
will say, I will admit, when you're a kid and you have like a movie that you kind of like watch constantly just because like it's like a comfort movie. For some reason that year that the first Transformers came out, we saw the first Transformers so many times at home. It
yeah,
was ridiculous. Like of course after like a while we were like, okay, we're sick of this. Let's turn it off.
right.
But I really enjoyed it at that moment in my life when I was like 10 years old.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been hearing good things about this one too, and I
Ooh,
can't
I'm
wait for it.
excited. I'm really hyped
Yes,
about Wild
Lupita
Robot,
Nyong'o in the
especially
Wild
for
Robot.
Lupita. I'm really,
Let's
really excited.
go. Welcome to the show, Agamotto. He was a little bit let down by Beetlejuice. Look,
Oh.
I totally get if people don't enjoy it. Like, I could totally get it. But for me, I'm kind of a Burton super fan, and everything he threw at me, I was just eating it up. I was like, I love it. I love it. So take a
I
page out of your book,
actually
Eli.
Yes,
I
sir.
was just,
I actually have to
I was just
admit, I had
feasting.
never seen the first until, like, a week and a half ago. Never saw it.
What?
Never I don't know.
Really?
No one ever
It's a
played it at home.
classic.
My parents didn't
For
watch
sure.
it, they didn't like it, so I never saw it.
Did you ever catch any of his earlier work, like Edward Scissorhands and stuff like that? Or so you're not a Burton guy. Okay.
I am as an adult. I'm watching more Burton as an adult. Actually, my week off, I took a week off from work like a couple weeks ago, and I saw Sweeney Todd for the first time, and then I also saw
Okay.
Beetlejuice. So I'll probably watch some other things. I think the most I saw as a kid was probably like Night. It's not even a Burton movie. It's a Henry Selick movie, Nightmare Before Christmas, and
Yeah,
I don't
he did the
remember if
story,
Corpse
but
Bride is also Henry Selick. But I saw more of the animated stuff.
well, no. Corpse Bride is Burton.
Is Burton so, yeah, I saw those, and those were
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
but, yeah, I never really saw, like, his earlier work. I don't know, it's just my mom really influenced the things that we saw, and we saw more of, like, 80s action stuff, like, we saw
For sure.
Terminator, we saw Predator, we saw, all these other things, and she just wasn't a Burton gal, so it was not passed on to me, but I'm catching up.
So really quick, it's the boy.
What up,
Hey,
y'all?
welcome back, Mr. Geekly Goods
Hey,
himself.
Welcome. You're just in
Hey,
time.
y'all. Beetlejuice 2 doing good at the box office, huh?
Heck
It's
yeah.
breaking it in.
Yeah,
And I was
man.
gonna
I
say, Eli,
mean,
if you have time,
Mhm.
Ed Wood is a good pre-watch before you get to this. Kind of just get some of his older
Okay.
style in there.
Alright, 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 alright.
but yeah, I think Beetlejuice 2, man, it's holding up so well because the fandom, man, the fandom is
Yeah,
going to watch this over and over and over. And I think the
and I feel like
consensus in the super fandom, like you, Lo, is that people love it.
yes, and I love to hear it because I'm over the moon for it. I wrote a long ass review on my letterbox. Braylon, he's saying cousin.
What's up, man? I know you're
Cousin
chasing me
has
down and trying to
arrived.
talk about the Broncos. Listen, man. We're in rebuild mode. I'm not even worried about them win or lose right now. I'm not worried.
Yeah, no, to be honest, y'all are in, yeah, you guys are in rebuilding mode, and Bo's gonna take some time, but he did
Yeah,
some
for
good things
sure.
today. He did some good things today, for sure.
Lo,
Lo trying to be positive.
yeah, because I'm sick of it, man. I'm over it. But you know what? I'm like, I'll just wait until the Broncos are an enjoyable team to watch again. We'll see if that happens anytime soon.
Damn.
Yeah, no,
That's
hey,
deep.
honestly, for both of us, Eli, it was a rough weekend. That's why my energy was all
Damn.
over.
Fair
But
enough,
Oh,
fair
Lo, at
enough.
least your team can run down the field. At least your team can move down the damn field.
hi,
Damn.
mom.
Get
Love you,
him.
mom.
Hello.
Aw. Hello, Lowe's
What's
mom.
with the pink hand? But okay.
Just go with it.
So Leo, did you get a chance to see Speak No Evil? That's one of our big premieres of the weekend.
Nah, I checked out Uglies on Netflix this week, which was okay.
Okay.
It was all right. It
I
was
have
a
Is it
another
little
question, though. Follow-up question. Are you interested in seeing Speak No Evil? Because I'll be honest, I was kind of like on the fence about it, honestly. But
I think after James McAvoy came out and said that he modeled his character after Andrew Tate, my interest level
he did?
skyrocketed. Yeah, that's what he said. I was like, okay, I'm super down for that. See how terrible Andrew Tate looks. And yeah, I'm just gonna
I
wait
mean,
till
yeah, he's got that down. Yeah, he's
right, because
definitely like a
Eli was
POS.
saying earlier that there's like toxic masculinity in it and all
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what I think they're modeling it after for the character. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out once it comes
It
to
was
streaming.
interesting,
I'm
for sure.
not rushing to the theater at all. I'm like, yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah,
right.
it's
That's
definitely
kind.
not a movie that is like super compelling in the sense of I'm here for a scare. It's more
Nah.
just a character study a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I like the things that they had to say. I just feel like it kind of lagged in those first two acts. Like it builds up for a bit, but
It
it's very interesting. I thought I was into it. I was picking up what they were laying down.
It kind of looks like it could be a lollygagging affair for the
It
first
does
act or two. So I'm like, yeah,
that.
we'll
I'm
go.
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to spoil it.
I will say I'm happy to see Mackenzie Davis in things. I've always liked her, but
Right.
I'm not running to the theater for that one. So
No, no, the Michael Monroe lookalike is not bring people into those seats.
I'm not running to the theater for that. Am I a racist either? Think I'm gonna go
Nope.
ahead and skip that.
No, thank
No
you.
thanks.
yeah, no, and that was me with Reagan as well. No, thank you.
A lot
Nah.
of a lot of throwaways over here.
But let's get to the nitty gritty. And before we kind of get into anything,
Yep.
rest in power, Mr. James Earl Jones, one of the cinematic legends. I mean, iconic in voice and in stature. Just a powerful actor whose impact has obviously felt worldwide. Everybody has heard his voice at least once. Everybody has seen at least one of his films, and I don't know what else more there is to say. My favorite performance of his personally was The Sandlot. It's one of my favorite childhood movies, and I just loved his role in there, where
Throwback.
you kind of get misled, like that he's gonna be this scary, monstrous guy, and he was actually really nice and really sweet, and I love his performance in that film. Kind of sound off, you guys, starting with Eli and going down to Leo. Favorite moments, favorite things about James Earl Jones before we move on to the next one.
I think, and this is gonna be really basic, but it's just the cold hard truth. Mufasa was like the very, very clear ringing voice of my childhood for so long because especially my little brothers. Like I think of Lion King, I see Lion King and I think of my little brothers because they were obsessed with it. And it was something so near and dear to our hearts for such a long period of like our early development that I think that's just got to be one of his most iconic roles to me, like in my personal experience. Of course, he has just such a wide array of roles, and it's just it's just a classic. He was just like very, very much a class act. It's really hard to be an actor who you can just recognize in an instant with just, the vibrato of his
Absolutely.
voice.
Leo?
Definitely Lion King for me. That Mufasa voice, like you were saying, like iconic. But also Vader, like I feel like
for
every movie
sure.
on this list, even Coming to America, y'all, that original.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know
So
what was cool
good.
about that? Is like he
man has
showed his
played
chops a little. He got some comedic chops. Like my son works.
Yeah, this man has played 2 African kings and has done an incredible job. I mean, voice of a generation, actor of a generation.
For sure.
So sad to see the king pass on. But you know what? That good long life, and I'm glad that he got to live and act out, so many iconic roles and got to live such a good long life, man. Like that's great.
Yeah, he had a hell of a career, hell of a run,
Hell of a
and
career, man.
shouts out to his first role in Stanley Kubrick's Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah,
He played a pilot in that, and actually, when he popped up, I was like, "Oh shit, it's James Earl Jones!"
Holy crap!
Very first one.
Rest in power, King.
Rest in peace, James Earl Jones.
All right, y'all. Destin Daniel Cretton has been tapped to direct the MCU's upcoming Spider-Man 4. Holy moly, guys. This is monumental news, especially following the news that obviously Avengers Kang Dynasty got scrapped. It looks like you got actually, I'll let you run with this, Leo. Did Shang-Chi 2 get put on the back burner? Like, what's going on here? It's like out of nowhere, he's Spider-Man now. It's like, what? Like
No, Shang-Chi 2, I think they're trying to figure out where it's going to come out in the continuity, and it probably should have came out sooner rather than later, but hey, I get it. Yeah. Plans change. I think that Spider-Man 4, they're trying to really get out a little bit sooner rather than later, which I understand to usher forward the story with Spider-Man, because they're going to have Doom as like Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom. So you got to give Spider-Man a little bit more before we get into the Doomsday first part of the Avengers, and then we'll have Secret Wars. But I feel like you got to get Spidey in there, especially because we're going to have that Robert Downey Jr. connection. You got to have Spidey. And I think Destin Daniel Cretton is the perfect person to be in, like, directing a Spider-Man movie, because, man, Spider-Man just needs some acrobatics, man. I feel like with the 100%. New Spider-Man movies, they've been fun, and I think Homecoming captures the spirit the best of a young Spider-Man movie. Like, I love No Way Home. It's my favorite MCU movie, but Homecoming captures.
I think we lost you, Leo, for a second there.
Uh-oh, am I back?
You're back.
You're back. We kind of lost you for like 15 seconds there.
Oh, good. I want to see some more action. I want to see some more acrobatics, and I think Destin Daniel Cretton is the guy to do it, dude. Look at Shang-Chi, man.
Hell yeah.
The building
bus scene.
The bus scene. Man, we need that in a Spider-Man film. We need it.
Hell yeah.
Need him to cook.
And I was reading an article. I don't know how much this is true. I heard that one of the reasons why they tapped him to do Avengers Kang Dynasty was because Shang-Chi was supposed to be one of the main leads in that Avengers film. And it got totally scrapped once Kang kind of, obviously Jonathan Majors had issues, Quantum Mania had issues, so they kind of started steering away from that. But I heard that was one of the reasons why he was originally tapped to do Avengers Kang Dynasty. So it kind of makes you wonder what could have been.
Yeah, the Kang Dynasty stuff that was going to happen with that. It sucks, man, but what happened with Majors is that whole plan is scrapped, bruh. Cooked.
Yeah.
Right.
What's going on, Travis? Mitchell's saying having a Carol Peter team up will be interesting, because Destin has worked with Brie Larson on every movie he's directed. He wrote one movie that he didn't direct, didn't have Brie in it. Every other movie has had Brie Larson, so she's got to be in Spider-Man 4, probably in a post credit. I would assume.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'd love to see her with Kamala Khan. It's just a little Miss Marvel Peter interaction. That would be fun.
Heck yeah. Eli, how do you feel about this this news here? You think she's
I
got the
think it is
chops?
exactly what Spider-Man needs. I think Leo said it all because I know that it's more of a rumor than a fact, but I really, really, really love the idea of going back to kind of what we got a taste of in Homecoming, which is
Yeah.
that street level, neighborhood Spider-Man kind of a vibe, maybe teaming up with Daredevil and all that. I think it is the perfect mix with this director, his style and his fight choreography and the camera work that really lets us appreciate the fight choreography, because there is nothing that bugs me more is a fight scene where I can't see him fighting. Where I'm just struggling, I don't even know who's doing what. That's terrible. It's
Right.
such it annoys me to no end, and I think Shang-Chi, I love it so much because of that element in particular. Like, it's such a beautiful movie in general, and I especially love like the romantic aspect of it with his parents. But what really makes Shang-Chi is that fight choreo and the camera work
Yeah.
that complements it and enhances it. It doesn't take away from it. It doesn't make you make the eye struggle while you're seeing this choreo. So I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Exactly what the
Absolutely.
doctor ordered. I think Shang-Chi, to be honest with you, was like a 10 out of 10 Marvel movie into the last 30. Like, I was
Literally,
like, dude, I'm like, damn, I'm on
literally.
cloud 9, man. Honestly, the last battle could have been him and the dad. I didn't need it to be the dragon, bro.
For sure. For sure.
Not
He
that
was
that was
waiting on the
terrible. It
dragon if they
didn't.
needed that dragon.
Yeah, I just think it went full MCU at the end, and it was like, yo, we were like
Yeah.
straight up martial arts movie here,
Yep.
and it went like
Yeah.
MCU at the end, and that's fine. We know what universe we're in, but would have been cool to stick it through with the martial arts storyline.
I think if we are gonna lean into the action a little bit, because we saw him in No Way Home, I better get a Matt Murdock, Daredevil, Spidey team up,
we
man.
got it.
I
With
need it.
Morning coming up, I think it's kind of a given. If they don't, it's silly. It just seems completely silly to me if that they don't use him at least in some aspect, even if it's just more for like an investigative like perspective.
I gotta see
But they
Daredevil in the
got
suit. I gotta
got
see
fight.
Daredevil running the streets.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, like the 2 seconds that they talk to each other, like I can already see it. Like Tom Holland,
Yeah.
like they're gonna have such a good chemistry. Like Charlie Cox.
Flipping it
Oh,
happen.
like I love that look he gives him. He's like, "How did you do that?" I'm a really good lawyer. I
Exactly.
was just like, "This is great."
It's just
This
not
is
his
great.
degree. Yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah,
definitely
we are
hyped, though.
excited.
This is good news. I think this is good news to
Yes,
move forward with.
Spider-Man fans rejoice.
Oh, for
Travis
sure,
Mitchell
Travis.
saying big problem I had with the climax in No Way Home was every shot of Spider-Man that were blurring in and out of the frame as if to hide the effects. Yeah, and they were trying to add like some fancy depth of field stuff, and some of it worked, some of it not so much.
Yeah,
It was a lot. It was
I
also
didn't love
a
the night
lot
sequence
going
there.
on with that final like fight.
Yeah.
A lot of monsters. You got a sand dude, a lizard guy. Just a lot going on.
You know,
Yeah,
honestly,
it was
I think
a challenge.
a lot of it felt rushed. It really felt like they were trying to meet that dedeadline. That's
For
that kind of what I
sure.
felt too. So
I'm gonna have
But-
to disagree respectfully, but there's a little bias there.
Still good. It's still good. It's still
yeah, no, well,
it's
don't get me
still a
wrong. I
banger.
love No Way Home. Honestly, I love No Way Home. So
So good.
regardless, it's in my top 5. So, but yeah, let's keep it trucking, you guys. Speaking of spider people, but although technically our guy here, Venom, isn't a part of our universe anymore or ever, but Venom: The Last Dance did release its final official trailer, and I gotta preface this, guys, really quickly. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a Venom fan. I did not like Let There Be Carnage. The first one's okay, but why am I getting emotional seeing all this one last ride, the epic conclusion to the Venom
Because it's
trilogy?
like Fast
I'm
and
like,
Furious.
yeah, why am
Lo.
I kind
This
of
is
sad
Fast and
right now?
Furious.
Like, because I do like I do like the bromance. I just love
Get into it.
Eddie, and like that little banter. Oh, we're gonna do some shit, and he's like, no,
Get
you know, I
into
just love that. I love like
That's
Venom
what
getting
it's
him into
about.
shit, Eddie panicking, and like Tom Hardy just. Eli's loving this right now. Like,
Exactly.
I'm
Because that's
kinda
what
here
it's
for this
about.
party, and
They're
just
unserious
if
movies.
Like, if not to celebrate the character as much as to just enjoy the last ride, so to say. So, Eli, what did you think of this trailer? We were talking about this pre-show. Are you hyped? Are you kind of just whatever? Where are we at?
I am healthily hyped in a healthy way. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment because I do agree with you there. Like, I feel like Let There Be Carnage kind of fell off for me. And I really liked what they tried to do because they were more committing to the bit. But if they wanted to feel like a rom com, it was missing some elements to it. Like, I feel like it was a weak villain. It was really messy and it wasn't as
Miscast.
fun. Yeah,
Miscast.
super miscast. So it definitely wasn't as fun as the first one. But I really think that this one, from this final trailer, I think it's out here to redeem itself. I think it knows what it's doing. It knows it's not going to win an Oscar, but it's definitely, again, I really like the chemistry between Venom and Eddie. Like, I think that's what makes the movie. It's a buddy bromance kind of a vibe, and it's fun. I still, as much as I didn't enjoy the structure of Let There Be Carnage, I have fun. I still
You
had
know
a
what I
damn good
began to
time.
realize in this trailer specifically is like more and more that I see them together. It's like Venom is like a little kid
Yeah.
with these superpowers, and he's just like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, let me do this." And Eddie's like,
Everything
"Dude,
is
no, no,
new.
no, no,
Yep.
Everything's new. He's just, he's just excited to be there.
no." And really
And I love
quickly,
that
how do you
energy.
feel about this? The
Go for
Venom
it.
horse.
Why
The
not?
Venom horse.
Why not? It's silly.
Leo,
It's
how'd
camp.
you feel about the final trailer for The Last Dance?
You know what, man? I'm just gonna go watch it, y'all. It looks like it might not be too bad. At least they're like embracing the venom of it all. It's just kind of like whatever. You know what I mean? Like they
Look
just
at
want to
Venom
go out
horse.
celebrating that this has been a wild, wacky franchise that has somehow been a box office hit. So let's just all go check it out. You know, we all gonna watch it anyway.
This was my sentiment. So Travis is saying, as someone who doesn't love these films, he might cry. I might get there, dude. I might get a little emotional. I mean, I'm
Look
into this
it.
franchise.
Y'all ain't ready to
Sneaky
let
like
go.
that.
I don't.
ready to let
I don't
go,
think it's
but
the
in a
last
healthy way.
dance though, y'all. I don't know
You
because
think
they
so? Oh.
revealed Knull in the trailer, and I don't think that Knull is gonna be the main villain of this movie. I honestly
Okay.
do kind of buy into some of the rumors where it's setting them up for a Spider-Man crossover, but we'll believe. I believe that when I see it. But I don't think Knull is necessarily going to be, if he's not the main villain of this movie, he's going to be the main villain of both of them.
Lasers here
Venom
for the
the
horse.
Yep.
Travis said, imagine it's Sam Elliott's horse and Ghost Rider. That might be a reach. But you know what, Sony?
Wow.
At this point,
Let it
like, what
die.
else can you do wrong, Sony? Go for it.
It's wild to think Madam Web was this year.
Ugh,
That's
whatever.
insane.
Right?
I'm like not even trying to watch it. Like, I don't want to waste my time.
No,
I can hear you
no.
guys talk about it all day.
Silly. Just silly vibes. Silly vibes with this one. Like it.
This is one of two of the Sony villain movies that are coming out for the rest of the year. One of two.
Oh my god.
Remember, we still got Craven.
Oh my
Man,
god.
What you just say?
In December.
Sony
Lord.
is all in, y'all. They just
They
put all
are. This is their year. DC
Crank
and
them
Marvel
out.
each got one, and then the Sony Marvel got three. Like this is their year, man. And nobody, I don't know. Maybe this will do well enough for them to squeak by, but they're certainly not going to do as well as either Deadpool 2 or the Joker. Well, the Joker 2, we'll see. But Venom 2, Venom 3, I mean, ain't about to surpass Deadpool 3. Let's be
right.
real.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
And I'm
by
part
the
of
way,
the problem. I rewatched Deadpool 3 like last week.
Hey,
you know that
great.
bit
No.
that bit at the end of the trailer when he's like, "Ooh, spinny things," and he's like gambling.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, I can rock with
It's
this.
just funny. It's just funny. And I like to go laugh. That's all. I become a simpleton. I really do.
Well, I was gonna say, Eli, you were telling us your little pre-venom rituals. You get some happy candies, huh?
I prepare myself mentally and spiritually to really enjoy these movies on another level, and that's what I'll say on that.
Yes.
Venom,
That's totally
this ain't
fine.
the last dance, y'all. He gonna end up in the MCU. Watch.
You think so? You think?
Yeah.
But like actual like this, I was gonna say Tom Brady. What the hell? Tom Hardy.
Completely different man.
Look,
Completely different individual. Tom Hardy in the MCU. I don't know. It's kind of. I feel like
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
A bit.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it also makes you wonder,
Oh.
like, because the No Way Home thing kind of felt like a joke, but like maybe it's not.
I'm opposed.
It feels
but
like
maybe...
a situationship, Lo. That's how the MCU treats us.
Wait, remember though? Remember how No Way Home ended with the Venom piece in Spider-Man's universe? So
maybe... but not with Tom Hardy though.
Yeah.
So that's
not with Tom Hardy.
Like,
no,
we'll
it was
have
Tom
Venom
Hardy.
here, but it's not going to be the Venom like from over here.
We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know. Remember at the end of No Way Home, he came over briefly, dropped his droppings, and then went back to his universe. I'm like, if the end of this movie ends with the post-credit of him coming back to the... Remember they even had the dude in the trailer and they're all investigating and shit. I'm like, what if that's in the MCU or something? Like, what if the end in the post-credit is him going back? I promise you, I think y'all, that's it.
And also they dine and dash on poor Danny Rojas.
I know, right? I'm like, dang, how y'all do this to Danny Rojas?
They didn't even pay the bill.
So messed up.
Droppings.
Oh man, but I'm kind of happy that the consensus here is like, you know what? Fuck it, let's watch Venom.
I think it's one of those few movies where they could do at this point they could do no wrong. Fuck it, why not? Venom horse. Why not?
Venom fish.
Right,
they got a fish coming up, all that.
Venom sushi.
So this one, I'm gonna be honest, kind of speaks to my heart, man. I'm a diehard Sandler through and through at the end of it.
All right.
Happy Gilmore 2 is officially in production, y'all. Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin is back. Unfortunately, we know, of course, R.I.P. Carl Weathers, we're not gonna get Chubbs, but I'm here for it. I don't know if it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad, but I've always been an Adam Sandler fan, and that first Happy Gilmore is near and dear to my childhood heart. But Leo, how were you with the first film? Are you excited for this? Or are you kind of whatever?
Kind of whatever. I mean, like,
okay.
I'm not opposed to a sequel, I don't think, but Happy Gilmore was never one of those I just like went back to a ton. I actually think I watched Who's Your Daddy more than I watched Happy Gilmore. So
okay.
It just I've never been super connected to this movie, but hey, I'm down for another one. Adam Sandler, man, he just keep pumping them out for Netflix.
I was gonna say,
does he have a
good or bad? He just
something. He just keeps going.
He just keeps going.
The one he did with his daughters, I don't remember the mitzvah one. That was okay. I just found it kind of cheap.
I really like that basketball one he did. That one was great. What was the name of that movie?
He did.
That basketball movie? What was that called? I can't remember. That was fire. I was like, well, hold on. Is Sandler coming for an Oscar nom?
Wait.
Hustle.
You know what sucks is I missed that one.
Hustle. I did miss that one.
Yo, Hustle was fire. I was
really?
Like, Adam Sandler, this is some shit you need to get into.
What's up, G. Colby?
Okay.
Shouts out Shogun.
Oh, hello, G. Colby. We missed you.
Yeah, Shogun won Drama Emmy.
Hell yeah. We love to see that.
I was gonna say I'm not really an Emmys guy, but cool.
I partake afterwards. I see, I peek because I'm nosy, and then I continue on with my life.
Like predominantly, I never watched that much TV before, so it was never just like the Emmys are always.
I still gotta catch up to Shogun. I do. I haven't opened Hulu because again, I've been on the Apple TV grind, and now I've got another recommendation on Apple TV that I'm very interested in. Sir,
Shogun.
I gotta watch Shogun.
And as much as I don't consider the Bear comedy, this is surprising.
That's very
they lost.
But isn't Hacks like really good as well?
Well, that's what I heard too, but I haven't seen.
That's what I've heard. I mean, that's fun to see. Like, because there are a lot of I think that's the thing that I see people criticize the Emmys most for. Not this is going to be like an Emmys podcast now, but there are certain periods of years where certain shows just block out any other show from winning a certain like category. I feel like that happened a lot with Game of Thrones. It happened with like RuPaul's Drag Race for like the reality TV category. Like RuPaul's Drag Race won 8 years in a row. This was like the first year that RuPaul didn't win like best reality TV show host.
What?
Like there are certain So like the Emmys to me aren't so entertaining because once something's kind of popping off, it's just gonna win like
And it'll railroad
consecutively.
through. Yeah, it'll just
Right.
Yep.
railroad through, man.
Like they
100%.
yeah, okay. Like
It's
they'll
boring.
reward the same people or same show.
Exactly. That's why it really does surprise me, that Hacks is getting some love because there are like really good shows. Didn't it happen? It happened with Better Call Saul that got blocked out from winning anything. It never won a single Emmy.
Veep and Succession and all that. They'll
Exactly.
blow a tornado through the Emmys and nothing else will be able to win.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it doesn't seem as fair to not give these other shows love because there are
So
a lot of good television.
Baby Reindeer, one for
this did
limited.
turn into an Emmys podcast.
It
Gotta
did.
bring
I'm
bring
so sorry.
us back a little.
I brought in my beef.
Travis mentioned the loss of Chubbs, and to be
Interesting.
honest, I think that's my biggest gripe with this is that Carl Weathers was such an integral part of the first film that is going to be weird for me to not have Chubbs. But Eli, were you a fan of the first film?
I've never seen it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
sorry. I did not. I actually barely saw Adam Sandler movies when I was a kid because my parents found them very inappropriate. Of all things to find inappropriate,
Ooh.
they just don't like Adam Sandler. So I never really saw
That's
them when I was
okay.
younger, and I see him as an adult, and I'm like, he's okay. I'm not a
be
super
honest,
gal.
No, wait,
Like-
not even the wedding singer?
Fine, but I don't think it's so much because of Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay. So you like the wedding singer
Yeah.
though?
The Wedding Singer is the one with Vince
Drew
Vaughn.
Barrymore?
right?
Yeah.
Would you Barrymore?
Yeah. I like 50 First Dates. The other one with
Aw,
Adam
that's a
Sandler
good
and Drew
one.
Barrymore. That because it's adorable. It's also very cute.
That's a good
Very
one.
problematic.
Well,
Very
okay. To
problematic.
be fair,
Very problematic.
so Billy Madison was his first big break into cinemas, and then
Right.
came Happy Gilmore, and both of these were very raunchy. Not really his best movies. They're not
Yeah,
really
if it was
written particularly
raunchy, I
well.
probably wasn't seeing it.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, there is laughs to be had, and I just think
Right.
you're either with it or you're not. But look, I won't hold
Yeah.
it against you. So
Yeah, I'm just not a Sandler girl. I've seen more of his recent work too, and I'm like, it's just not my sense of humor. Let's say.
ooh,
Actually,
I would like this.
it's reverse. I'm happy he
If they
has to train
did, and he had to train someone new. I mean, he is
Ooh.
older, so
So I actually like Adam Sandler in like the non-traditional comedy stuff. So like I liked him a lot in Hustle, which
Yeah.
wasn't
Right.
a comedy. I liked him a lot in Uncut Gems.
Of course.
hell yeah.
I liked him a lot in Leo. I thought
When
he
he's
was
being
really
an actor, yes. Let's
very
say that.
Yeah, no, he's a
wholesome
good
in that
actor.
Leo one. Did anybody see Spaceman from this
I mean-
year?
No, I didn't see
I missed
Space
that
one.
Jam,
And
but I
Carey
did hear
Mulligan?
very strange things about it that did not motivate me to see it.
Punch Drunk Love is a good one. I like
Wait,
funny
what'd
people.
you hear?
Oh, I heard. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a friend who lives in New York and sometimes gets invited to test screenings.
Okay.
And this person test screened this movie, I think 1 or 2 years before it ended up like actually releasing. And from what I remember, because this is like again like 2 years ago that this person saw this, they were like, it was so insane. And the most absurd things happened that made zero sense that I just did not see how they could salvage this movie. And I think I just kind of just stayed in my subconscious that when it finally released, I was like, oh, that's that one that this person, like a friend of mine, was like, it was really weird. So I'm guessing they probably had to recut the whole thing because that was 2 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, I wish he got his Oscar nom for Uncut Gems, but alas, he didn't.
Yeah. It would have been
Yeah.
different. It would have been something different to see in the category.
Whack that he did it. What?
Well, anyways, I'm here for the Sandman. We'll see how that sequel fares. Last story of the night, guys. Salem's Lot. This famous Stephen King story. It had a film, I believe, or it was like a mini TV series in the 80s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But it hasn't really had a proper motion picture, which I think this is what this is, right, Leo? I wasn't sure if this was a mini series or not. Is this an actual film?
This is an actual movie.
Okay, Salem's
Which
Lot,
is
Max
kinda-
original.
Kind of
interesting.
weird, but
Interesting.
didn't he have that one with Zac Efron? What was that one called? Firestarter. So I'm like, this is
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
to
that was
become a
another Stephen King
pattern.
remake that one didn't do that well. But
Ooh, that Firestarter sucked. Oh my god.
I think that's the thing that intrigued me the most here. I was like, okay, Max is doing films now. Okay, well, the trailer looked okay. I just feel like I don't understand what's happening. I think that's the main thing. I always thought this was like a knockoff of like Nosferatu, but I guess it's not because there's like multiple of them and there's like some mystical things in play.
From
I
this
don't know what's happening
picture,
here.
It doesn't look like it's gonna be too great,
Right.
but we'll see.
It looked interesting. Yeah.
Looks a little what's the word? Cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I was gonna
that
say
was
that.
my
I think
problem.
I think it's financially challenged, is what it is.
It's a little
Here we go.
playing
John
with
saying
affordable.
it was supposed to go to theaters, but it just ended up.
It was, yeah.
It
in
does look like
development
streaming
hell.
quality. I'm not gonna lie, fam.
Yeah, and I think that's appropriate. That's probably where it should be.
Well, I mean, now Prey was something that we were like, God, we got to get this in theaters. So maybe this will be the same. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we won't know until October 3rd. But for me personally, I wasn't terribly moved by the trailer. How did it work for you guys? I think we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Watch it because of the season. 'Tis the season once again.
Right.
I
And-
like watching spooky little things. But
I
I'm
always liked seeing
curious.
Alfred Woodard, so that was cool to see Alfred Woodard. But I don't know the main guy.
No, it was strange. It was strange. I think the only
the
thing
main
that
dude
really
is Lewis Pullman. He's about to be Sentry in
Oh, okay.
Thunderbolts, and he was in
That's Bill
Top Gun.
Bill
Oh.
Pullman's son, right?
Yep.
Oh, he was the guy with glasses, right? In Maverick.
yeah. Oh, he was
Okay,
cute.
okay.
Bob.
And
Oh,
Gary
like I am
Doberman
much
That's
more
kind of
interested
cute.
now.
I see him. Yeah. Okay.
and Gary Doberman also. I think the only movie he's directed is Annabelle Comes Home. Is that the second one though? Because the second Annabelle,
I think so.
that second Annabelle's fire. But if it's the
Really?
so
I
no,
never
so-
caught
so-
it.
No, so Creation was Flanagan, right?
yeah,
Creation was
No,
Flanagan, and then there was
Creation
another Annabelle sequel.
Sandberg.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of the Ouija thing. Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of the
Ah!
Ouija.
Wait, which one? Which one's the second one? Creation, Annabelle.
We
Yeah, I think
are.
Creation was the second one, and then there's a third one. So
Oh, okay. So yeah, the guy who directed this did the third one.
yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. The second Annabelle's great. Like
Hey,
somehow,
Marvel Latin news. Buenas noches.
Hey, what's going on, Marvel Latin?
Buenas
News?
noches, Anthony.
Hey,
Love to see Anthony logging on, even though it's like 11 o'clock at night right now.
John saying he still wishes we had Steven Yeun as Sentry. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been cool. Alas, we don't though.
I agree.
He also said, since his film got delayed, it's usually not a good sign. Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess this filmed a long time ago.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's concerning.
Yeah, I think
How-
this was filmed in 2021 or 2020 or something.
Oh. Well, think of it this way. It's just a little, Nosferatu little pregame. Because that one's coming
know-
out in
No,
know,
it's the
November.
first shot.
like that.
I got a bone to pick with Mr. Zaslav, man. Because look, if he's gonna hide this movie for 3 years and then dump it on the Max, why
I
can't we
mean-
get Coyote versus Acme? Come on, or Batgirl, Batwoman.
Yeah, can we get
So-
Batgirl, bro? I'll take Batgirl over any of this.
I
crap.
think Reed's trying to reason with Zaslav at this point is
Yeah, I'll just say
Yeah,
Zaslav's gonna
wall.
Zaslav. So.
Salem's
it's rough
Lot is
out here,
empty.
Lo.
It is.
Salem's little.
Hey, hold on, Laser. It's not Stephen King's fault. No, don't come for Mr. King. These are just the studios dealing with his stories, you know?
Yeah, like we can't say it's Stephen King's fault.
Yeah, Stephen King is just, rocking in his chair, just like, well,
hey, he the horror
better
goat.
than checks.
Right, I'm like, he the horror goat.
Yo,
For
Laser
sure.
is coming out swinging
He doesn't have
tonight.
to lift a finger right now. And
He said no one cared
just
about
what it
Coyote
is.
vs. Zack until it got canceled. Look, that's not the point, though. The point is that wasn't right.
I think a lot of people were looking forward to Toyota. Wow, I think a lot of people were looking forward to Coyote versus Acme because it was a Looney Tunes movie coming to theaters, and that hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah,
you can say Space Jam, but
at the same time, people probably hadn't even heard of it until it got canceled. So all the word of mouth about that scandal.
No, listen, y'all. Film Twitter, at least, was looking forward to that Coyote Acme.
Yeah, well, I love Looney Tunes, so I would have watched it. I mean,
I think we got that one Looney Tunes movie coming out this year in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a theatrical release. What is it? The Earth Takeover, whatever? What is
I can't remember what it's called. I did hear that, though.
Yeah, that was.
But I'll be honest, though, to Laser's point, though, I didn't hear
the Earth blew up.
There it is. I didn't hear about Coyotes versus Acme until it got canceled, so he does have a little bit of a point, but I still would have watched it. So, but we'll never know, right? I guess that film is in the ether now. It's
shopping it around.
I like how we totally dismissed Salem's Lot.
But by Salem's Lot,
we said a lot about Salem's Lot, and that was enough.
Oh, hold on, really quick before we ditch the roundup here. King has said Dreamcatcher is one of his best adaptations. That movie has aliens who crawl up your butt and bite your privates when you try to pee your name in the snow. I actually like Dreamcatcher, even though it got terrible reviews, but it's a weird movie.
Ain't never seen that one.
Stephen King writes weird books. Like
it's really weird, but
when I read like the comparisons between the book and the movie, I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of weird. Yeah, they have like an orgy or something. Yeah,
it's like, it gets a little.
It's a lot. He was off his rocker with that one, so the movies were like, let's not do that. I really enjoyed
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
Oh,
let's be honest. I think when you put this on the doc, I was like, ooh. But when we saw the trailer, it's like, this just makes me want Nosferatu by Robert Eggers even more.
Exactly.
Because that's going to be the one.
A little pre-gamer here.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. A little primer.
What was the first G. Colby's heard?
See, how'd I know someone was going to say something? Look, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, man.
Catching them dreams.
It's got some creepy
Directed by
cabin fever factor.
Okay.
I don't think I've even heard of Dreamcatcher till now.
Me neither.
Damn.
Apparently,
I'm getting cooked. It's okay.
No, that's okay. Lo, you're cultured, is what it is. You're cultured. You
I'm
know
gonna be
what
honest,
you like, and you get into it.
I'm a Jason Lee fan, so that was part of it. No, I'm a Jason Lee fan. That was part of it.
No.
Yeah, apparently it was Lawrence Kasdan's only movie between 2003 and 2012 was Dreamcatcher. Boy, did it crumble him that much?
Yeah, no, because it flopped so hard. Yeah, he almost got blacklisted for a little bit there.
$68 million budget, $75 million box office. Yee!
Yikers, my dude.
Yikers. Well, let's go ahead and let the people know where we can find us and what's coming up on our respective channels and platforms. Well, we'll start with you, my friend. What you got coming up? And where can the people find you?
Oh, yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm going to commit to the whole thing this time. I'm a proud writer and editor for the Cinema Spot. You can follow us at I can't do it. Damn it. I try every time.
That's it.
It's never coming back. It's never coming back. You can follow us on all socials at the Cinema Spot and thecinemasPot.com. We have a review for The Penguin. My managing editor, John Daniel, just wrote that up. We got a Beetlejuice review. Beetlejuice. We got a Terminator Zero review, which my managing editor, John Daniel, is over the moon for. I can't wait to see that myself. And also, of course, Alien Romulus and Cuckoo. So please check us out. Lots of TV and film reviews at thecinemasPot.com.
And Ile, what do you have coming up?
Well, I'm here, obviously, pretty much every Sunday with the gang on Geekly Goods Live. And we just dropped over at the Puerto Rico Critics Association our first podcast episode over on Spotify. So be sure to follow us at PR Critics on Twitter and Instagram and check us out. We had this is a Spanish language podcast. That is going to be diving into the discussion of film, in particular now with film festivals coming up. We're going to have some coverage at the New York Film Festival and the Puerto Rico Film Festival, and probably the European Film Festival coming up in November. So very exciting things. And if you speak Spanish or you want Spanish language content, and you are curious about film criticism as a career or different journeys that people have gone through, we get into that on our first episode. So very exciting, and be sure to give us a follow.
What a very exciting and cool first episode. Y'all definitely be sure to check them out on their respective platforms. And if you're on Geekly Goods or Geekly Goods Live, welcome to the channel if you're new. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Y'all, we've got a lot of content coming up. It's witch season, so be on the lookout, y'all. You already know some Agatha All Along content is right around the corner. So stay tuned. And we will also have some coverage for Penguin, depending, y'all. They kind of being weird about the screeners. So we'll see if we have some coverage with that. And also, gosh, it's Halloween season. So there's going to be some horror releases on the way. But y'all, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come on back. Same time, same place next week. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. See ya.